heartless corporation like Hasbro that fired 1,100 people right before Christmas, I'm really not going to forget about that one. And when you buy these books or these PDFs, you don't rent them on a monthly subscription, you own them forever, and they are yours. Unlike D&D, these gardens do not have walls. And now's the part where I announce two of my own exciting independent projects that I'm in the very early stages of working on. One is my own RPG, of course. Right now it's just a few pages of handwritten notes being turned into a Google Doc, and I probably won't be ready to share much until the latter half of this year, but if you've watched any of my homebrew videos over the last couple years, you already know a bit about it. The second project is much bigger. My first real book. It'll be crowdfunded on Kickstarter, of course, and it's a collaboration between me and some more experienced indie publishers who have done a handful of Kickstarters already. The goal for this book is to give you a comprehensive summary and tons of plug-and-play materials, all revolving around one foundational aspect of fantasy role-playing games. It'll be compatible with 5e, and ideally with at least one other game.
More speed.
But like I say, very early stages. You can expect to hear much more about this book in the spring. But for now, go support an indie publisher like our sponsor, Acheron Games, or check out the links below to support me on Patreon. Buy my 5e PDFs, get a t-shirt, or just give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Your support is what allows me to remain an independent creator, and that means the world to me. So thank you, and keep building.
Now guess, what suit will this next
Well, look who it is.
Traveler, Paimon.
Hello, everyone.
Looks like you're recovering nicely.
Thanks to... Oh, right.
Whoa, how did she react?
She told me that it was nothing. It was as if
She didn't want to stress you out, that's all. She's right.
Yeah.
Okay, but check this out. We went back to the opera house.
You meant father? Did she...
She said a few things that were, a bit hard to understand.
Her attitude towards you is even better than what we'd imagined. You should believe her. She has her own way of doing things, and she'll do everything in her power to help those she can...
Father is very capable.
Oh, Paimon just remembered that she thought Lenny was a bit too proud as well. She said that you should learn how to rely on others sometimes.
That does sound like...
Hey!
Are you going to stay here for the...
Looks like it.
Excellent. I will host...
For real? Then Paimon...
Another implies that you were already served some delicious cake while you were up there. Well, next time, you're going to have tea and...
It's like these guys didn't even know a calamity just almost happened.
Kids these days, you just can't rely.
Alright, so Nuvi's a dragon. I never would have guessed that. That one was a genuine surprise. Purely because I fucking forgot about that being a thing.
Seedwing! Traveler! Paimon, are you still doing alright? Did either of you get hurt? We're fine, but what about you guys? It was such a few people sustained superficial injuries, but that's about the extent of the damage. Monsieur Nervillette paid us a visit. Of course, we must also thank you for the help you provided. How did Nervillette know that he was needed here? Well, Monsieur Nervillette has strong resonance with the hydro element. When the water level I ran into the bombshell bros while bandaging the injuries of the wounded. They were mumbling, if you're not too pressed for time, please just let me know if you get a craving for any particular dish, so I can have Mr. Walsey get your meals prepared. Oh, and please feel free to visit the infirmary. I'd like to take the opportunity to spend some more time observing your facial muscles as well. Your happy smiles are quite...
Grab yourself a well, Nerville. You guys are back?
Crystal, not...
You guys didn't get caught and thrown back down?
Huh? No.
Ah, and here I thought you'd managed to escape from jail during all the commotion. I'd held you up as legendary jailbreakers, but now you're...
We're sorry.
All right. There's no need to get caught up in the details. We're just relieved.
Hey, it wasn't just me.
Something like that. I was also transferred to work in the kitchen a few days ago. I can still hear Quisto mumbling to the carrots. Whenever he'd say that, I'd tell him I'm sure they're fine. Wherever they are, they're kicking back.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with worrying about your prison pals. Is there? I mean, considering how they always love listening.
These two. They sure are a lot warmer and friendlier than when Paimon first met them.
Oh, well, if you say so. I'll be watching you to make sure you finish every...
I think the cat just took another shit. If there's any condolence, I'll probably get used to it. One day. If a visitor ever comes, we have to make sure they never go to the second floor.
Courier? Miss Sijun told me you still haven't...
Yeah, I was working on something, so I forgot.
That's no excuse for... Huh?
Junior, Lurvine, we're...
Hello there. It's been quite the mess here recently. How have you...
And you? Are you still taking this...
Yep. That is still top secret, though.
It can be a bit annoying when there are lots of people in the infirmary, but I still...
I mean, the infirmary does make it easier for you...
Oh, yeah?
You two really are just using your jobs as a cover for your relief.
Not at all!
Do my eyes deceive me, or did I just see two inmates come back after making it to the surface? Some strange winds blowing of late.
We wanted to see how the fortress is doing. Is everything still all right?
We're fine, for the most part. Neuvillette came down and took care.
If that's the case, why don't you just ask him to stay?
Oh, yeah, what a brilliant plan. Let's go convince the Udex himself to exchange the Courts of Fontaine for a puddle of water in the middle of nowhere. He came here in a hurry and left without even stopping for a cup of tea. He did remember to take Miss Sijun's gift with him, though.
He sure sounds super busy.
Miss Cloran has left as well. She also took her gift from Miss Sijun.
Were the gifts milkshake?
Neuvillette got the milkshake. Cloran received lipstick instead.
Those aren't even remotely alike.
Well, it's Neuvillette's own fault for making Sijun worried about his health by working so much. But besides that, our head nurse is still pretty fond of picking out beauty products for the ladies. Oh, and I have some gifts here for you as well.
Are these from Sijun too?
Nope, they're from yours truly. You've already wrapped up your work at the fortress, so you can return to the surface at any time. You haven't yet served your full prison term, however, so you may continue to use your cell until your term...
For real? Then we could stay here for a really long time?
You may access the cafeteria for...
Hooray!
Just remember to come complete your paperwork once it's time for your release.
I guess that's the in-game story excuse as to why we can still come back here and do stuff. Again though, it's 45 days. So realistically, we still wouldn't have stayed here for all that long, regardless. Again, though, there is still also the story explanation that some people just do go back here or even stay whenever they want. Because it's basically its own separate ecosystem.
We're back in our cell again. We're no longer prisoners, though, so it really doesn't feel the same. Sure feels that way. But the truth is, we never did anything bad to begin with, so I'm not... Huh? How did you know? Hey, that's not true! All right. It's like we've now gone to so many places together and become friends with There are so many bad things in the world, and we're just two people, but you're counting Paimon today? Aren't you the only adventurer? Then let's ask Catherine to give Paimon an adventurer handbook as well! Paimon will also be an just our thoughts making Paimon gig. The last time we fell asleep here, we woke up to a whole mess outside our cell. The primordial seawater... We should be safe now, right? Alright then, good night to you, traveler.
Final act, baby, let's go. Yay! My skill damage increased. I'm pretty sure the rest of the constellations will have to be from Hydroculus. We got a shield, so that'll help with interruption. very, very token worthless amount of healing. Well, it is technically more than Refinement 1. Amber, whatever it's called, does. The catalyst that gives healing for free and stuff. No, I wanted it. Ah.
I want to make sure sound mixing is good, so I'm not too loud. This is an Earthbound reference, right? I wouldn't get it because I never played Earthbound.
I want to play Earthbound.
Yeah, this is a mother reference.
Now for a little rest after breakfast. This is the life. Wait a sec. Isn't something important supposed... Oh, today's our big day! We're supposed to leave the Fortress of Meropide! Come on! We've got to go complete the release procedures now!
Mass dance party for the guilty?
Please, sign here. This document will be effective immediately upon signing, and you two may exit the Fortress of Meropide.
It's been so long since we've been to the surface. Huh?
What's happening? I'm fine, thanks.
Let's go ask the Duke.
Ah, good to see you two. Is there something you wish to see me about?
Yeah, what was with that earthquake just now?
Ah, that. The tremor didn't originate from the seafloor. Over the years of serving as the warden here, I have developed a sense for distinguishing between what occurs on the surface and what occurs under.
So the fortress is open?
If you recall our last incident, if there really were a problem, there would be crowds of inmates in a pen.
Huh, you've got a point. Okay, seems we need... by the way,
I believe today is this month's pipe cleaning day.
Wait, seriously?
Aha, yes. Have you
Yep. It's you two. Are you leaving now? That's right! Today is our last day in prison. But now that Paimon says that, it doesn't... Oh yeah, Paimon feels fond of this place. Then be sure to come back and visit. I'll miss
Why
you.
would we want to willingly visit prison?
If you've signed the release papers, then you're free to go.
You're not going to see us off?
I knew you'd ask. All right, sure. Let's go.
Well, you actually agreed. No worries, you must...
Ah, so you do have a polite...
After being down here for so long, I imagine you must feel like you're lacking companionship. Yeah, don't worry, we'll come back to see you. Paimon really likes the cafeteria here. The chefs sure do know how to make good.
I hope you won't be here as convicts the next time I see you.
We'll do our best to stay out of trouble. Well, it seems our work in the Fortress of Meravine is finished. That's the end of another chapter in our journey. We should probably go report to him.
You're going to see Monsieur Nervillette?
I'm sure just your regards will...
I believe it would be...
You're right. I've heard the Palais has been terribly busy these days. Tell him that I hope he hasn't been overwhelmed by the recent string of troubles.
You're fucking kidding me? You're fucking kidding me? Because I started that stupid fucking quest? Please tell me this won't be long. I hate this game.
Audio sounds good. Chat, type 1 if the audio is good, or type 2 if the audio sounds like absolute shit. 1, 3, 3. Okay, that works. Alright. Wait, what is this question mark? Yeah, chat, this mod is definitely known for its explosions, by the way. I want to put that out there. This mod is 100% known for its explosions, so we're going to see a lot of them. Okay? It's a little quiet. Alright. Alright. Again, I turned up my microphone a lot recently, and I probably should turn it back down.
We go to the runs. We'll wing it whenever we get to Esther. I just don't have that much time to practice today. So I need to leave my house in less than an hour and a half. Maybe sooner, because my kid upstairs sounds like he's not taking a nap anymore, and I just put him down recently. We'll see how it goes. Might have to cut the stream short. Point 2 come out of this. And there's some baby crying in the background. Hopefully it's not too loud. He should be taking a nap though. It's his nap time.
Hey, blocker.
Ooh, boys, okay. That's good. 4 songs. So I have about 20 minutes to get a run started. If we can't get a run started by then, I probably can't start any new runs. So I wouldn't have enough time to do one if I didn't do one. So we'll see how this goes.
This is definitely gonna be another 2-hour vlog. There's no such thing as the world quest that only takes 15 minutes.
It's a little sloppy. It's okay. Hey, thanks, awesome guy. Good. Alright, take it.
Food in the cafeteria is excellent. I'm lucky enough to make it in.
Bad. That was a little iffy. Still save time. Go save more. Misplay. Save 4 seconds here. Play this well. Or 5, really. See. Hey, Joyful, thank you for the love. That was a solid mission. Rook, I've been having pretty iffy fights with lately. Crap. Okay. Fine. It's good. I didn't think we're that close, actually. Stuff. Lucky. Hey, Lego, thanks for the luck. Okay, that was good. We'll take it. Right now, watch this.
Potions. They were initially planned by Notch and Gem to have over 150 combinations, but was ultimately scrapped into 25 different potions with 31 combinations instead. And it's not hard to see why. Not all potions are created equal. Which
wanna
potion do
crash.
you use more frequently than others?
I
Which
wanna
potion
fucking
is so
crash.
game-breaking
You
that it
son
should
of
be
a fucking
illegal for making
bitch.
the game too easy? And which potions are so awful that it should be illegal for simply existing? Well, my friend,
I'm gonna go
welcome back to the
Google
channel.
Royal
And to celebrate
Rabbit
Halloween,
after this.
we will be ranking every brewable potion in the game. Similar to the food ranking, these potions will be ranked by usefulness first, coolness second, how easy they are to brew third, and finally, judged based on vibes. If my opinions aren't the same as yours, they are now. Potions of swiftness. These things make you 20% faster, 40% if you add glowstone. This includes walking, mining, swimming, and talking. They turn you into XQC and make you speak incoherently fast.
No, yeah. I'm the hacker of that bag. I see some TikToks better than that. Hey, the game government has no question about the last sample, like about 3. I have no idea what the fuck you think.
Making your words impossible to subtitle. You can combine these with Dolphin's Grace, Depth Strider, and Soul Speed to go really fast. Needless to say, they're very useful and very cool. Their recipe requires
Why
sugar,
do I
making
have to
swiftness
help
potions
some
the easiest to
stupid ass
brew in the
fucking
game.
office
And I
workers
presume that drinking these
do
will be
some
like drinking
stupid
sugar
fucking
water in real
that
life.
shit?
Which tastes... alright, I vibe with it. Easy A tier, starting off strong. Potion of Strength.
No,
This is the
no,
potion
no,
that
no,
should
no,
be
oh,
It's
no!
actually steroids, so it's a drug. It should also be illegal for turning any fight in the game into a complete joke. And the dragon, super easy. Iron golems, not a problem. Wither, absolute cakewalk. It also makes fights against other players completely unfair. The mere possibility of you having this potion is enough to scare your opponents away. That's how scary this potion is. You could say that getting blaze powder could be difficult, but if you made a brewing stand, you can probably afford a few blaze powder. Potion of Strength is our first S tier. They make
Fuck off.
practically no different than
Fuck off.
mentally. Potion of Leaping. You know how they say to have the highest in life, you have to go through all the lows? After the euphoric high of taking steroids, we now hit rock bottom in terms of potion quality. To put it lightly, Potion of Leaping makes me want to leap off a cliff. I remember making a beacon in my first survival world and setting Jump 2 as the power-up. And it was at this moment I knew I fucked up. It makes walking on unsmooth terrain slower because jumps are now favored to be higher rather than further. In other words, it's really useless, and if anything, it actually makes things harder for you. Oh, but don't worry, my friend, because it reduces 4 damage by half a heart and 1 heart if you upgrade it. So you go from 22 as the maximum 4 height to 24. Adding insult to injury, they require rabbit's foot to be brewed, which is a rare drop of a rare mob. So it's not useful, not that cool, and one of the harder potions to brew. But maybe they'll vibe well. D tier, worst potion in the game. Don't you even brew it, it's not worth it. Potion of Slowness. This potion is meh. I was gonna put them in the C tier, but then I remembered all those times I fought witches, and I remembered how annoying Potion of Slowness was. It makes the Potion of Poison unavoidable, and it makes you more vulnerable to attacks from other mobs. You also have strays which use slowness arrows, but no one remembers these mobs. When I mention stray, you don't think of this hobo-looking ass bone dude. You think of the cute cat game. Regardless, slowness potions are mostly useful when used on people. It makes people unable to avoid me when I ask them to hit the like button on this video so that more people can see it. It makes landing crits easier for you and harder for them. And given that it's made by corrupting a potion of sweetness, it remains relatively easy to brew. So it gets a B for break. Because you're essentially breaking your enemy's kneecaps for a few minutes, rendering them much easier to be killed painfully by you. Potion of Night Vision. Not gonna lie, the Night Vision potion is kind of a bitch potion. It's for people who are too lazy to set the brightness on their settings high, but aren't lazy enough to brew a night vision potion. It's for people who don't want to take Potion of Strength because it's steroids, and steroids are drugs. But they would gladly get darkness from a warden and then drink a night vision potion to drink their balls off.
Oh my fucking god, get here faster, talk faster.
However, there are 2 main reasons that keep them away from the A tier.
Die
Night vision
faster.
potion still doesn't allow you to see through lava. Every time I swim through lava, as real people do in real life, I'm blinded by big red shit. I was hoping they allow you to see through lava by the Nether update, but they didn't add it unfortunately. Second of all, my Minecraft girlfriend should never be allowed to drink a night vision potion. What do you need night vision for? So you can see other men? That's gay. It's my job. Once the night vision potion gets a B, or bisexual, invincibility. In really niche situations, invisibility potions really shines. In PvP situations where you're outnumbered, having this potion could be a big advantage by confusing your enemies as to who is who. However, can we take a moment to talk about the inconsistency in this potion? If you corrupt the potion of swiftness, you get slowness. Corrupting a strength potion gives you a weakness potion. Corrupt instant health and you get instant damage. Corrupting a night vision gives you invisibility. Is it like one makes you see better at night but the other makes you not see at all? Huh? Shouldn't this recipe have given you potion of blindness then? False advertising. Potion of invis gets minus 10 points for disingenuous. But it doesn't stop there. Potion of invis makes you invisible by makes you invisible.
Oh,
so
it's you two. Apologies. Monsieur Neuvillette did say you'd be welcome at any time.
Excuse me. Would you mind helping me take a look at this report?
I'll be right there. Sorry, I've got my hands full here. You can see yourselves in. Everyone's so busy. Seems a lot has been happening.
Hello. You've come at the right time, but you'll have to wait for just a moment. In the meantime, please, have a seat.
That's all right. We just...
Very well, then.
Let's take a break over there while we wait for him to...
All right. That should wrap the...
Are you done with your work?
Yes, sorry to keep you waiting. Today should be the day you were released from the Fortress of Meripede. And it...
That's right! And we came here to see...
A massive whale.
Do you have any idea what that might...
Judging from your description, that cannot have occurred in any ordinary... A whale of that size and shape cannot usually be found in the waters of Teyvat. Therefore,
Whales don't exist
we can
at all
only
here.
assume that child is presently immersed in
Immersed in primordial seawater? But how? Is he okay?
Most people wouldn't be capable of entering in the first place. I'm not completely sure how he could have gotten there. Yes? What is it?
Oh, right! We asked the Duke and he said it wasn't from underwater, so we figured you might know something about it.
It turns out that I have just received a report about this particular matter. The source of the tremor was here on the surface near Poisson. After the shaking stopped,
The water levels rose?
Fortunately, the water levels only rose for a short period of time, and have already returned to normal now. If the change in water levels is connected with the leaking primordial seawater, then this...
Navia should be in Poisson, right? We need to go check...
I would also like to go there as soon as possible, but I'm afraid I can't leave just yet. We must immediately formulate... I'll have to ask you two to go to Poisson first. I'll meet you there.
There's no time to lose! Let's get going!
Please be careful.
I need to go finish this pack of chocolitos.
Let me give you away. You also can't have been hit by arrows recently because, well, that's pretty suspicious. Really good use brought down by its major weaknesses. Invis potion gets a B for bruh. Potion of weakness. If potion of night vision is the bitch potion, then potion of weakness is the lazy potion. If potion of night vision is for people who put milk first and then cereal, Potion of Weakness is for people who eat cereal straight out of the box. They are for people who want easy resources from zombie curing. They are for people who don't want to hit a big red button that allows them to get entertaining educational content about Minecraft. They are for people who just don't want to play the game. So you can just sit back and contemplate the finiteness of existence. How are you doing, by the way? Isn't it odd how we are but a speck in the grand scheme of things? But a small little action of ours could have butterfly effects and snowball into bigger reactions. Like how the simple gesture of asking if someone's okay or showing concern.
What happened here? Navia should be around here, right? We need to make sure she's still...
I may as well just go back to the Traveler. Feels really awkward like this.
We haven't seen a single soul all the way here.
What will I ever do now?
Look, there's someone on the...
Just stay put! We're coming up! Watch your balance!
All right! I'm not young anymore. How will I survive on my own?
He looks pretty sad.
My leg! How could this have happened?
Just hang in there. Help is on the way.
It's Navia! She's over there! Hey, Navia! Are you okay?
You're here.
We heard there was a situation in Poisson.
Yes. As you can see, the water level suddenly...
Everyone in Fontaine's gonna have
Demoiselle!
hydrophobia
There was a
soon
wounded
enough.
resident next to a building southeast of here. We've already transported him to safety.
He's wounded?
He fell, so it's probably a broken leg. He's pretty shaken up. When the water level rose, he desperately...
He jumped down then. Find the leader of Squad 1 and tell him to take the wounded resident to see a doctor. He should know where to go.
Understood. I'll take over his search and rescue mission in the meantime.
All right, you'll be in charge.
The situation...
Right. A little earlier, we suddenly heard a loud noise. At first, everyone thought that something might have exploded. The rushing water seemed a little odd, almost like the unique color of primordial sea. Everyone on the street who happened to be close to the water didn't have a chance to escape. Those who realized what was happening started to flee in a panic, desperately trying to get to higher ground. The Spina di Rosula initiated rescue operations as quickly as possible, but there have been The water that flooded the area contained primordial seawater. So the lower levels of Poisson, no one knows if this could happen again. All we can do for now.
How awful. And all of this just came.
It was quite frightening indeed. I only wish.
Is there any way we can help, Navia?
Thank you for being so willing to help in a moment of crisis like this.
Don't say that, Navia. That's what friends are for.
Demoiselle, we've got a situation here.
They're dead.
I'll be right. Sorry, I need to go for now.
And off she goes. Seems it might be a what?
Okay, the wounded are being tended to, and we finished a preliminary head count. More support has just arrived. Of course, we should remain ready for anything, and continue doing. Traveler, Paimon?
Huh? Right now?
Thank you.
I'm climbing back up. This could be way faster.
Potentially change the stories of multiple people. What if our action was big enough? What if we made an action so big it changed the course of the entire universe such that it would never be the same? If our actions changed the universe this much, aren't we playing God to some extent? Well, that's a thought for another day. Easy A tier because of their use for curing zombie villages while also being the fastest potion to be brewed. Potion of water breathing. It does exactly what it says, allowing
Access
you to
denied.
breathe water, and it does it really well. But even just drinking these potions make me feel boring. Enchant your armor with respiration. Create your own air pockets. Bring a magma block. Hold
A
down
lot of
shift.
people here, huh?
Well, given the time of day and the whole situation in Poisson,
Right. That's how things are now. The living.
Navia? Navia, what's
Wow,
wrong?
she cries a lot.
Sorry.
That's like her
I-
defining character trait.
I just. Malus and Silver. They won't ever.
Huh? What happened to them?
Everyone agreed on the rescue plan, but they were helping evacuate the residents, and I've known them for so long. I could at least hold a funeral for my father, and I know where he rests. But as for Malus and Silver, they're just...
Everything looks so clean after it rains. Even the gravestones. I didn't expect that.
I can understand. Besides,
See, it's not just me.
How could Master yet the cemetery is the home?
Buying yourself a plot in advance.
No need yet. But when I do, I hope you'll let me be buried beside Master Callus, Demoiselle.
Hey!
I'm quite serious. That way, it'll save us both the trip to see.
That makes sense. In that case...
After all, besides you, Demoiselle, the two of us...
Personally, I believe we feel...
Why are you bringing this up all of a sudden? Seriously. But I'd really prefer not to talk about this stuff. And what do you mean by saving me a trip? I'd promised to let them rest in peace here. But... I'm sorry for letting you see me in a mess like this.
Paimon doesn't know how to help you feel better.
I had always thought I could make my wishes come true. But now that I think about it, Malus and Silver have helped me. I'm so...
You can spend as much time as you need here, Navia. We'll stay with...
Thank you. Right, by the way, you can have a look at this.
Obena, Khan, Burnett. So, everyone else is sick?
It's okay. I know what you're thinking. And the overall outcome indicates that the cost...
Right! Don't think that way, Navia. One person might be... Malus and Silver were not the price for...
You're right. What you said just now was pretty amazing, actually.
Oh!
Seems you've become more eloquent in the time since we last met.
Wow, talk about the father of four times, the king of four times.
What are you doing?
Is everything going well?
Yes, my people are carrying out the mission according to your request. All the residents of Poissy. As for these supplies, we have everything taken.
Thank you.
Wait.
We just met recently.
Usually, I would call this a coincidental encounter. But that, thanks to the knave, Spina di Rosula received generous support from the Fatui.
Mutual aid is essential to fostering positive developments. We were already in the area, in any case, so it was nothing. That said,
Where is the heart
I
of
must say that you're a lot
Hearts?
sharper than you let on.
I apologize for all the ways in which I tested you previously. We've never worked with a Fatui before. My subordinates have reported that Fatui soldiers have been observing water level.
This is nothing to brag about, nor do I intend to. As I've told this traveler before, I know lending your organization a hand was a natural
Without your help, there would have been many more casualties.
Furthermore, I sincerely regret what happened to Malus and Silver.
Don't say that. You, as Paimon said, Malus and Silver didn't choose to sacrifice themselves. I've never liked hearing people put it that way. It's like trying to relieve pain by saying...
You're right. I'm sorry for your loss. Water is life to Fontaine's people, and it also spells disaster.
So, you're one who will try to change fate then?
Of course. That is why I'm going to Hotel Bouffe de Thé. I still have some things to take care of. By the way, traveler, Paimon, one more thing.
Alright, then we'll just...
That is a clever and useful conversation technique, which I do like to use when necessary. But there's... Traveler, I'm sure you remember that I said we could work together. You and I both know that there may be issues with the Primordial Sea. Previously, it was the fortress of Meripede Sluisk. Indeed. Allow me to share the latest intel I've received from the House of the Hearths during some recent investigations. A child claimed to have discovered some ruins near Poisson. The ruins date back to ancient. Judging by the dating of the ruins, they may be related to the prophecy and the coming Christ. My people initially came to prepare for ruin exploration. Unexpectedly.
So that's why the Fatui were already in Poisson.
I wanted to take the children along, but unfortunately, Linny, Lynette, and Fremine have all been dispatched. Linny told me that outside of the house, which is why I want to give you this task.
I'm a bit honored.
The House of the Hearths members see each other as family, but Linny, Lynette, and Fremine said that they also see you as such. I'm sure you already understand how earnest...
Oh! That's somehow...
The intel I just shared about the ruins could fetch a high price. But since the children consider you fat...
Got it! So all we gotta do is
High
go to
price,
some ruins,
you're
right?
planning to use it for money after?
Excuse
I don't
me,
think
but
that
may I
works.
tag along?
You wish to join, Miss Navia?
But are you sure you're up to exploring some ruins?
Well, I'm sad, yes. But I can't just... There's no point in being depressed while we still have a disaster on our hands. Besides, I'm also doing this for myself.
Since you put it that way, I have no objections.
This is
What
her
do you
idea
say,
of hunting.
traveler? All right. The ruins are
Yes,
to the
that's
south
about
of
it,
Poisson. Here's the map.
Okay, the three of us will handle it.
It's not a spoiler unless you already know what I'm talking about, okay? To the people who don't know what kind of fucking spoiler I'm talking about. Oh, you wish you'd never known. Okay, that's fucking far away. Maybe I should go make a Navia team. I don't want to use Hydro Traveler anymore. Obviously, I can't have Arlecchino on account of the fact that she still technically doesn't exist. Let's see here. It's too much of a pain to switch around and stuff. Maybe I'll just use this as this. I was using this team just a little while ago. Kinda gives me PTSD now. I gotta pee. I wanna finish my thing first though so I can bring it down to Mum.
Delve into destiny. Quiver!
Oh, that was it. Yeah, having other people for crystallize is really the most important part here. It's not the fact that these guys have bad off-field. They have good off-field generation. It's Navia who's the problem. Unless I'm bursting. There's really no other way.
So, are these the ruins the knave was talking about? Whoa, talk about old.
They seem to be pretty ancient, all right.
Let's go in and have...
Just be careful. Watch out!
Really though. As far as I'm aware, Zhongli's the only character capable of doing extended off-field geo application. Everyone else just does it. And even for the burst, Navi is the only one that does that. I'm pretty sure Albedo doesn't do anything. His elevator thing is a one-time thing. You plunge attack with it. Same for the burst, it's just big damage. Ito also doesn't have any, as far as I'm aware. Does Garo actually have off-field constantly? I'm pretty sure his burst is still just 1 damage. Yeah, single damage. Yeah. Getting crystallized is surprisingly difficult. I'll bank on a Navia trial, why not? Be right back. that.
Everyone hold hands.
Indeed.
Yeah. Sharing my knowledge.
No touching! I'll settle this. Stand with me. Water jet! Bombs away!
What? The floor here isn't safe. Hey! Dissipate! This place has also been contaminated by primordial seawater.
Yeah. And a lot of it, too. A Fontanian would most likely dissolve the moment they fell in.
Right! You can't go down if there's primordial seawater. It's too dangerous and it won't be any help. Don't get Paimon wrong. We're not saying it.
No, you're right. I can't do anything in this situation. That complicates things.
In that case, do you want to wait for us?
The water levels here are unstable, and there's a chance the water will rise. I'll go together with you. Perhaps we'll find the exit just up ahead.
All right. Come with us for now, then.
She contemplating suicide.
Oh no, it's a dead end! Let's try climbing over from the side.
There's the climbable wall and yellow markings. At least we get a few bits of occasional action. You know, I feel like I think I've finally figured out why I hate Genshin's story so far, and why it's always been so irritating. The matter of pacing. Obviously, these are 2-hour slogs. By pacing standards, that would by itself already be bad, but it doesn't have to be. Because this is a video game. There's a very special thing video games can do with their pacing. The heck? It's just mirrors the FOV changing. That's definitely changed.
Wait, there's something wrong with this bridge! Run for it!
Beep! Okay. My instinct was to immediately go back, but it seems they wanted us to run forward, so I changed my mind and kept on running forward. This bridge is way longer. What are you gonna do when you catch her? You're also falling! I don't get scenes like those! Link did it twice! And in both instances, in Tears of the Kingdom, obviously, I'm talking about Zelda taught Kate, it was useless. The first time because she fucking teleported, and the second was because there was water already. And apparently video game logic dictates you can't die from fall damage if you land on water. Obviously they're landing on water here too, but it's special murderous water. In this case, so it would be bad still. Anyway, Path to Nowhere story isn't as good as Genshin Impact in terms of how it builds its characters and lore and everything. You know, it has way more language issues and all that stuff, and it presents its story in a very awkward way. But the pacing helps it. Even though it took me longer to do the story, it's the fact that gameplay is always present. And not just any kind of gameplay, but challenging, rewarding, and actually active gameplay that requires you to participate and actually do stuff. It doesn't have to be hard, it just has to rouse the brain. That's how God of War 4 and Ragnarok also paces itself. You know? They like to...
Huh? Demoiselle, what are you doing here by yourself? Would you be standing here till dark if I hadn't come to get you?
They always
Maybe
break
she just
up
wants some time to herself.
important emotional scenes by there suddenly being combat you have to do.
Oh.
Both to ensure
Was
you'll be paying attention,
Was
you're
I
paying
sleeping?
attention as the scene starts.
Yes, it would appear so.
And as it ends, keeps you engaged, and to
I
those
must
who
be
are
tired.
really invested, you know, they'll
That's
want to
quite possible.
succeed in
However,
the
you were the one
challenge,
that
the
suggested we
combat,
go
no matter
out
how
for a
difficult,
walk.
because they want to see
Oh,
the
right.
conversation
I nearly
will
forgot.
follow through to the end and stuff.
It must have slipped my mind when I dozed off. This is a familiar feeling, yet...
Is something the matter, Demoiselle?
Oh, no. No, I'm fine. I was just trying to recall why we...
Do you remember Mr. Giverny? He'd requested our help.
We were headed to see how things were going with him at...
Ah, right. Yes.
Yeah. Although I didn't...
Miss Navia.
Although the
Mr.
reason I'm so
Malus.
invested in
And Mr.
Path to
Silver,
Nowhere
too.
story is because of its gameplay.
It's good to see all of you.
Unlike Genshin, who
How
has
have you
no
been?
faith in its players and their ability to
Been
do
great.
its content,
Thanks to your help, those bothersome merchants finally
Path to
realized that I
Nowhere
wasn't the one they were
always
looking for.
uses
Why, I wasn't
its
even the
main
guarantor for
gameplay,
that person.
its tower defense gameplay. It doesn't try to
They
do
were knocking at
minigames,
my
although
door
the
day
events
and night.
do have,
Even my
have
neighbor
that, it
Open
still
was getting
just
fed up
has
with
just
them.
as many. And it's also presenting
Sometimes
in those
force
events
is
new
required
enemies,
to calm
new
someone down and get them to listen to
new
what you have to say.
stages to handle, and
That's
all that
right.
good stuff.
Oh, by the way, Burnett, what was it that you wanted to give to Miss Navia again?
Oh, yes.
The story
One
wasn't
moment, I have it
something
right
you
here.
slogged through, it was something you earned for finally beating
Miss Navia,
stages.
these are some flower
And
seeds that I
because you
prepared.
earned them, you always
Please take them.
anticipate the
They're
next
very
stage.
good variety, and they'll become very
Whenever
big and
you
beautiful once they bloom.
Fail, it's
I
always
don't know
a
what we would have
cliffhanger,
done
and
without
you're
your help.
always willing
So
to
this
do
is a little
everything
token of
to
our
continue it.
appreciation.
And by everything,
I hope you
mean
won't
leveling up
refuse.
the characters. Fuck, man.
Ah, did you cultivate them yourself? Thank you so much.
I
Why,
hate this
we
game.
can have as many pots as you'd like, Demoiselle.
Perfect. In that case, we'll swap out some of the decorative plants.
Very well.
Wait. Something's... Excuse me, madam. If I'm not mistaken, that's right. Is something... no, it's nothing. This is the first time we've ever met, but you... I've heard this name before. And why are there so few people around here?
We must mind the time, Demoiselle. We still have important things.
Huh? We do?
Well, now, did you
Miss Navia, here you are. I've been looking for you. Please, come to the Opera House. Your trial is about to...
My trial? Oh.
Yes, she's right, Demoiselle. It's just about time now.
Oh?
Wasn't this awkward? The skin is good, but it doesn't have her hat. I just realized that really sucks. I saw the hat in the cutscene and I was like, so that's what was off. Navia isn't Navia without her hat, you know? Ugh. Was the previous skin I was using hatless as well? I don't remember. I'm pretty sure there was a hat. This song.
Look, it's Navia! She's here!
And her two attendants are with her. Goodness, everyone's finally here.
There sure are a lot of people here to see the trial. And they all seem to be Karina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen. Why are so many people? And as for the judge...
Please sit in the defendant's seat. Don't worry.
All right, but...
Typically, it wouldn't be allowed, but today...
Hey, what kind of place do they think this is?
Come on, do they have any idea?
Enough with the whispering!
My dear Miss Navia, have you not yet As all here know, you are Master Callus's After you took over the Spina, you treated all of us just like the late Master Callus had. Not only you, but your butler, your subordinates.
Wait a moment.
Yes, correct. Absolutely right. And that is why you stand accused. We are one big family, all of us who are from Poisson, inextricable. Therefore, this fair and honorable court shall declare you guilty, and you...
Huh? What? Everything you have said is correct. I have indeed...
Ah, well, if that's what you think...
How wonderful!
I know all these people. Why are they laughing?
I seem to remember now.
Wait just a moment. This isn't right!
Dun dun.
Malus?
What was that, Mr. Malus? Our conclusion is very clear and unanimous. Let the court judge her now. She's...
Stay here, Navia! You're one of...
Demoiselle, don't admit guilt. This trial means to keep you here forever.
I wish to exercise my right to defend Our Lady. Mistress Ronville, you only know of Navia's goodness, but
She was born a free and independent spirit. She has never been tied down by any...
Her actions cannot serve as proof that she identifies herself as part of any group. Please do not mistake her actions.
Really? As an individual, you say? Don't forget, we are all Fontanians here. Even if Miss Navia only voluntarily rendered her assistance, that doesn't change the fact that her beautiful soul must return to everything is measured here in the nation of Hydro. And in the end, now I speak for everyone. Our opinion is consistent. Navia should stay.
And you would call this justice? Preposterous. Have you forgotten how much you all once wronged?
Do you mean to defy our
justice? If your justice is flawed, then why should we acknowledge it?
As you said, we can also have our own justice. And that is how we will
My head.
Demoiselle,
Silver, it hurts. I remember now. Everything that seemed odd from the very beginning.
Forgot to put the filter for a second.
Karina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen, and Mr. Giverny and Mrs. Burnett, who we met earlier. Even Malus and Silver. I don't want to admit it, but they're all dead.
How come that didn't lag when it
don't be
flashed
afraid.
like that?
And don't admit guilt. We will.
Absurd! Who are you to say that she cannot be judged? We are the majority. Don't let them escape. We shall keep Navia here with us.
Justice works that way and
Mr.
should work
Malus and
that way.
Mr. Silver, must you be so stubborn? How could the two of you possibly hope to stand against the collective? Do not resist. This judgment
My
is
God,
fair
I can't skip
and
it because
just.
there's so many animations.
Navia belongs
Dialogue
to
refuses
us.
to go forward unless
After all that
animation's
happened,
finished.
she should not be left alone in Poisson.
What are you saying?
No more excuses.
He says we're jealous. Jealous? How could she possibly be an independent individual?
What's with these people?
Who's jealous of her?
She belongs to us.
Miss Navia.
Silence.
What the fuck? When did you get here?
That's... Monsieur Neuvillette!
Such commotion is prohibited in the court. The accusations you just presented are nonsense and cannot constitute a proper trial. The court will adjourn for the rest of the day. In this, I shall hear no objections from any unauthorized party.
Our thanks, monsieur.
Please leave with me, Miss Navia, while there is still time.
But...
Go on now, demoiselle. This is your only chance to leave this place.
Malus.
My apologies. I couldn't resist making one little joke once I realized that this shall be our last goodbye.
Malus. Silver.
Quickly, you must come now.
Goodbye, demoiselle.
Farewell.
Seriously, what the fuck? Nuvi just Deus Ex Machina. Nuvi really just showed up in the scene and said, "It's Deus Ex, it's Nuvi time," and Nuvi'd all over the place.
No, wait! Just a second!
Navia?
You're awake. Good.
Oh my god, he actually is just here.
I must have been dreaming. Malus and Silver were still alive, and they were defending me at some insane trial.
It looks like you're all right.
Did all the sad feelings cause you to have a nightmare? Paimon could...
The ruins you were exploring suffered a cave-in. When I arrived, I found you falling toward the... You were just about to be dissolved within, but I... I think I saw 2 Oceanids protecting you. It was only for a moment, perhaps even a fraction of a second, but they gave me the chance to retrieve you. Were it not for their intervention, I would not have been able to rescue you before your consciousness dissipated.
Wait, did you say Oceanids? You mean like what happened with Vache?
Perhaps those 2 Oceanids were the people you saw in your dream.
I always told them that they didn't have to protect me. To think...
Please come with me.
Are you okay?
Oh, I am quite all right.
Why do you look so stiff up? Oh, Paimon knows. You're the type who feels...
I merely thought that we should give Navia some...
Huh? Why didn't you just say so then? Don't you think...
I suppose so. Ah, Sigewinne. I hope all is well with her these days.
No way, don't worry. She's doing fine down there. She's in a...
I see. Well, that is good. I have all...
Oh, and the Duke also says hi. Even though Sigewinne made him do that. He hopes that...
Thank you. I have indeed been busy lately, and I also hope...
He still doesn't know what to talk about. Let's chat about something
Smell
else
for
then.
yourself. Smell
So,
for yourself.
Neverlet, you're probably... this isn't going anywhere.
Yes, in fact. I had arranged to meet you in Poisson, but when I arrived, I discovered that the Fatui were helping the residents evacuate. Amid my astonishment, I ran into the nave, and we had a chat.
Yeah, we originally planned to meet up with you, but we thought you might still be busy with all those official documents. We didn't think exploring the ruins would take very long, and who would have thought...
I'm sorry to have kept you all waiting like that. I'm feeling much better now. I guess we should get going again. Will you come with us, Monsieur Neuvillette?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind my company.
All right! Another one joins the party! Let's get going then!
If I waited until Arlecchino came out, I could have potentially... Well, not that I ever had any plans of bringing Nube. Shit.
Grow! The Temple of Wisdom!
Access denied. For Rex Lapis. Stand with me.
Believe you can hurt me. The only one who can hurt me is me. Oh, here it comes again.
Oh no! Another unstable path! Watch your step!
It's all people privilege, go. Oh my god. How annoying. I guess this is it. What the fuck? I can't fucking climb these. There you go. Not this stupid bullshit again. There you go. Fantastic game design. Hello there.
Watch out! There are rocks falling over here! For a fight? Wipe out! Water jet!
Shit. Okay, this is really stupid. I can't even recenter the camera. What kind of unlock is this?
It seems we're almost at the top. Keep it up!
Oh, yeah, Golden Guard here with the fuck.
Sharing my knowledge.
That even makes sense.
This is long overdue. No touching.
Out of my way!
Hey!
16-sided die. Kind of. The faces aren't even. There would be some bias towards certain faces to land. Skilled at probability as I may be, I am no physicist or geometricist, so I wouldn't actually know how that would work.
Looks like we've reached the end.
This is the place. There should not be any other hidden spaces in the vicinity.
What do you mean?
The path sure had some twists and turns, but it turns out that this place isn't actually that big.
Stone slates. It seems like they were put here as an offering.
Perhaps we should just leave them be.
There are 4 locations in total, but only 3 stone slates. The slate that should be in the first empty spot is missing.
The surrounding walls also show signs.
There's something written below. Let Paimon see. Reason dictates that this nation be destroyed.
It feels like someone left these slates and these words here for a purpose. But does he mean that Fontaine should be
That would fit the circumstances dictated by the prophecy, yes. Indeed, the slate's contents correspond to it.
There's a person kneeling here. She seems so dedicated. And there's a whole bunch of other people behind her doing the same.
And is that Lady Farina in the 3rd image? Did the Hydro Archon fall?
And is that a ring of people around her?
The 4th image. I know this one. This exactly matches the content of the prophecy.
The people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping.
What?
More information should be hidden in these slates, but I fear I cannot easily uncover it.
Don't blame yourself, Monsieur Neuvillette. Deciphering ancient...
Ooh, Paimon's getting the chills just looking at... This says that it's the history of the future, right?
I really hope it does...
Still, Paimon feels like these...
That's right! If the images are in chronological order, shouldn't the 4th, the waters drowning Fontaine, come before the 3rd, where the Hydro Archon herself falls into the water?
And yet the order is reversed here.
If we go by timing, Lady Farina only emerges in the 3rd image. That means that the person in the 2nd image...
Egeria, then. I had never met her, but her appearance here the previous Archon kneeling before the floating island in the skies, as if
Did she herself commit that sin? And also, I'm still wondering why these ancient stone slates are here at all. Judging from their contents, could this...
But who would have created these slates and left...
It seems that any further clues will have to come.
In that case, there's no time to lose. There's nothing else.
Yeah, we better get somewhere safe for now.
There's no exit here.
Let's split up here. I'm going to check on what's happening with the Spina. You know how it is. There's some things you just need to be there.
You still have energy for that, Navia?
Just head back to the Fleuve Cendre and have a rest then. Thanks for keeping me company.
I'll depart as well. Thanks for your hard work today. Traveler, I will go talk to Farina tomorrow morning. I'm sure that you're concerned about this matter as well. If you have time, drop by my office. I will share the results of a...
Are you really going to talk to her about this directly? Will that be a problem?
She has long been harboring secrets and will not give them up easily. Which may...
Alright, we'll leave it in your hands then. Your problem.
I will be carefully considering my...
Traveler, Paimon, our safe house at the Fleuve Cendre is always open to you at... Alright, I'll be on...
We're finally back!
Welcome back. We've got a special...
Yay! And there's good food too! Navia, no. Paimon's already started.
Oh, that voice. Is that who I think it is?
Surprise Molina? Huh?
It's you two. What are you doing in Fontaine? Seriously, nobody just uses a scry glass whenever they've got...
Still, we didn't expect to see you here. Wait.
Well, I have some business to attend to here, so I booked a hotel in the city. Why did you think I was from Fontaine, though? Is that because
yeah.
Well, I used to have my own surname, which was
well, some other thing. Either way, the old hag told me when she took me as her disciple that there was nothing for it, really. She really is amazing at astrology, so I changed my name to what it is now according to her wishes. To my surprise, Nope. Although it is used by us in place of surnames, it generally just means...
Wow! Imagine including a boast in your name. Wait, are you
I reckon so. In any case, I'd give my disciple a name like this as well, if I were to take one. Astromancer Barbeloth Trismegistus.
Whoa, that's a long one.
My name means Mona the Great Astrologist. As for the old hag, hers is, in plain speech, the thrice as great Scholar of the Stars. Just take it as a title
Thrice as great?
I know, right? That's just how she is. She used to call herself Megistus, actually, but once she took me...
Talk about excessive.
Megistus is thus the calling card of our school, so to speak, which makes it about the same as a surname. It's all right if you don't get it. You can look into it further should you...
That sounds terrible! But anyway, you're not Fontanian, are you, Mona?
Well, I was born in Mondstadt, yes. My parents migrated to Dornenpool.
Oh, that's a good thing then. At least we know you won't be dissolved.
Speaking of that, I'm sure you're aware that a bunch of things have happened here in Fontaine, right? There's something ominous about it. Well, the water, I mean. That was the main reason, yes. Just a while back, the Steambird, the invitation was sent quite early on. I don't think anyone expected...
What do you make of that prophecy, Mona? Just tell us what you think as an astrologist. Your word would go...
What I can tell you is that I'm an astrologist, and that this prophecy concerns the fate of Fontaine, even that of all Tevat. I'm afraid that this is not something that just anyone can do. If I could do it, you would no longer call me an
Wouldn't
But on the flip
astrologist
side,
be better than
the
vision?
prophecy is so huge and powerful that it must surely come from a powerful visionary. Its contents involve the fate of the
A visionary? Sounds really powerful and all, but...
Of course. The old hag could do it, and I'd bet there are others amongst those Hexenzirkel colleagues of hers who could do something similar. All right, I'll help you.
Thanks, Mona. You're amazing as all...
Oh, well, this is something only I can do after all.
That's the greatest of astrologists for you! Of all the people we...
Indeed. That's the spirit.
Oh, sorry. I came to see what all the commotion was about.
Oh, whoops. Guess we were getting a little too carried away there. Well, I'll go tend to my own business now.
And there she goes, quick as rushing water. And here we are with the Spina guy giving us suspicious looks. If Paimon hadn't spoken for you, it'd be you getting all the weird looks. That's more like it. Good morning. To be honest, Paimon's still feeling kind of sleepy. But it's time to get up, Traveler. We agreed to go see Neuvillette, so let's pack it up and...
Well, that was great. I guess. It's a 1 in 100 chance to recover 1 point of energy by doing that. Don't count on it if you want good scores in the Abyss.
You're here! Finally!
Is that...
Monsieur Neuvillette and Lady Farina, they seem to have got it...
Like I said, I've already explained everything!
And yet the problem has not been properly solved. There is little... It is not my intention to offend you, but please, tell me where you stand. You are the Hydro Archon. Look at this. This is a list of the victims from the recent Poisson incident.
You mean... they're all...
We did not arrive in time to avert this disaster, and I will not have it happen again. I will say this once more. You must tell me everything. Yesterday, I found 3 stone slates in some ancient ruins near Poisson.
Seriously? You're questioning me like this is a court case now. I don't... But you found them in some ancient ruins, you say?
That's correct, which is why I came to ask you some questions. There should have been 4 slates, but one of them was missing. The other... The second of these slates depicts the previous Hydro Archon Egeria kneeling before a floating island.
I don't! I've never seen such slate!
I'll ask you again. Do you really? My deciphering of the slates indicates that the Hydro Archon Egeria once had to confess to, or apologize for, a certain sin.
All gods don't have the same secrets, you know. She was herself and I'm me. Is it really so strange that I know nothing? I understand your concerns, but I'm sorry.
Forgive me for saying this now, Lady Farina, but I have long known of your various secret investigations into certain matters. There are several indications that you have been investigating the prophecy on the... This is not strange in itself, considering that you are the Hydro Archon. But it is strange that you have never been as superficial as you have presented yourself to be, nor are you a fool. And yet, your behavior is very inconsistent.
So you've been watching me all this time, have you? I didn't think you were that type.
You...
Well, since you know about my secret investigations, then there's no point questioning or suspecting me. You're the Eudix, but you're still my subordinate. Just trust in me. You're Archon, and do as I say. Never mind whether you can truly That's all I have to say. We do not discuss this matter. Oh! The opera's about to...
This slow-mo is pointless.
Did Farina not notice us standing by the door? Wonder what's up with her.
I assume you've been outside for a while now?
Oh! You noticed!
She was in a great panic, though I cannot discern the reason. Our discussion reached impasse. Still, I do not understand. Dialogue is the basis for understanding, so what... Everyone in her inner circle has noticed that she is hiding some secret. The issue is her attitude. We may have to create a situation in which she will have no...
Oh?
Normally, people will only reveal the truth when standing trial. Perhaps...
But Farina's seen so many trials, and she's really good at dodging questions. How do I make sure...
We will need to consider this thoroughly. Join forces with various parties. If at all possible, I would prefer to recuse myself from this affair, but we must... This may be cruel to her, but all Fontaine is in crisis. The information a god possesses is too precious. And so we must... But who will lend us their aid to do such a thing?
Oh boy. Time for the final trial. I'm gonna go continue my reread of I Favor the Villainess. This is wrong.
one, huh? Speaking of which, it was pretty smart of you to think of hiding here.
Poisson was just involved in a disaster, so it's presently devoid of people. That naturally makes it...
And here you are drinking tea like it's the most
That's what families should do.
It's nice to enjoy tea here, you know? Care for a cup?
Lend me your ears, everyone. Or perhaps one of you might like to start us off. How about you, friend?
Me?
Then, how about you, good sir?
I fear that I will cause the mood on this boat to become as somber as it is in court.
Well then, I guess we're lucky we've got a local like me to organize things. Wonderful, the spotlight...
That was a little long-winded, don't you think?
Oh, you might be right. Anyway, to cut to the chase, as for what that is, well, let's start by saying that we'll be pooling our efforts together to create a series of traps.
Oh? How intriguing.
Well, it's just an expression, really. One that I just learned from Clorand, and used on the spot. So, let's invite her to explain in detail.
Huh? Didn't you say that...
Oh, come now. Your work doesn't involve much public speaking, right? This is a good chance to practice.
I see. And what does my boss say?
He is glad that you consider him your boss. Do go on.
In that case, do any of you have experience hunting?
Not that I recall.
Fremine and I once used a wooden stick in a basket to catch wild rabbits when we were younger. As for Lynette...
I've also gone diving to catch some fish before.
We hunt all the time.
Does that count?
I'm afraid not. You may or may not have heard, but Fontaine once played host to a group known as the Marechaussee Hunters.
Hey,
Though
no
that
one
was their
asked that
name,
artifact said.
they did not hunt animals, but rather various monsters left behind by the... Today, Fontaine's monster population has already thinned greatly, so the hunters have blended back into society, taking up arms in other lines of work. A trap comprises of the following components: bait, a trigger, and a containment device. Sometimes a lethal... So, if we were to build a trap together, right now, what would you choose to build it with?
Elements.
For me, I would prefer something basket-shaped. Pigeons and rabbits will see the bait and naturally enter the snare. Our line of work requires a deft hand, and we're some of the best in the industry, so you can count.
You used some of those techniques while moving the people of Poisson, didn't you? My subordinates mentioned that you even performed...
Yes, and I even managed to gather some intelligence in the meantime. I'm quite the...
I'm afraid I can't claim that as my strong suit. I prefer more stable methods, like placing bait...
Calm and steady.
And I can be their assistant.
With discretion, I'm sure.
I'd probably use some sort of mechanical animal. Papa once bought me some small clockwork squirrels, mice, and such. When placed in the forest, they can attract others of their kind. I remember that you liked those too, didn't you?
I did. And that would be a good way to go about it. If they're realistic enough, animals of the same kind...
What about you, Monsieur Neuvillette?
I fear I do not have any...
That makes sense. You usually solve problems, but I do have one more question for you. If we were to create a trap now...
I would like for it to be effective, but bring no harm to the prey. A more gentle trap would be ideal.
Kind, as always.
In that case,
However,
we're hosting
our
a
intention
show,
doesn't
aren't we?
necessarily change the containment device and the type of implement we need. If we wanted to kill the prey in one strike, we would need a powerful implement. However, that also goes for prey that must be captured and safely contained.
Is Chlorine
Wait.
part of the hunters?
Why is that?
Only a hunter who's a true expert at subduing their prey can snare it without harming it. The line that divides life and...
So, are we going hunting together?
Figuratively.
Huh. We hadn't thought of seeing ourselves as hunters. It kinda works, but maybe it's still not the best.
If our means of capturing and dealing with our prey is to put them on trial, then the hunting metaphor is actually quite accurate. But we shall require much more courage than any hunter to judge a god, a being whose seat is an exalted throne.
Oh, so that's what's going on. Sounds very
Wait, they
interesting.
They didn't know what was going to what was going on. I've never been here before.